Why are Thailand and Cambodia at war? What's happening? Hello? Hello? Border dispute? It's always a border dispute. Do you think Thailand is embarrassed to fight with Cambodia? Can you imagine your op being, like, the country that's famous for having the biggest decline in its average life expectancy basically ever? Like, the single largest self-inflicted population decline? Like, proportional to the population. I know that Mao was putting up big numbers, but there were a lot of Han Chinese. How did it do that? It did that by doing the degenerate, ineffective version of what I want, okay? I want reverse Pol Potism. But what they did was Pol Potism, which doesn't work. You can't march people with glasses into the fields. You have to march the people in the fields over to the nearest Warby Parkers. What the hell? What if we just got along? Like, hypothetically. The border dispute between Cambodia and Thailand has its roots in the ambiguity of the demarcation line stemming from the Franco-Siamese Treaty of 1904? Oh my god! Guys, nobody's alive from then! Get over it! Jesus! It's because of Cambodian mines? What are they mining there? Is it perhaps emeralds? Oh, landmines! Oh! Sorry, without the protein and the yogurt cultures fermenting in my brain, I'm running it at about half speed. They're mining Cambodium. I don't know why that's so funny to me. The idea of Cambodia being the epicenter of like an Avatar-esque race for the next super element or something. I don't know. That would fucking suck for the Cambodian people, man. That would suck. They got the Wakanda stuff in Cambodia. Yeah, do you think that, like, the remnants of the Khmer Rouge have, like, hidden jungle fortresses with technology, the likes of which we can... Like, we all thought that Pol Pot's ideology killed millions, but in reality, they just disappeared behind the force field, right? They got marched from the cities into the fields past the line, and now they're living in, like, an agrarian techno-futuristic paradise hidden in the jungle. That's so true. That's so true. Well, I hope they stop. I don't really know much about Cambodia these days. The only stuff I know about Cambodia is from, like, up to the 80s. Like, is anyone here more of a bad guy? Is there somebody here that's being more of a bastard, or is this just kind of like a classic border dispute situation? What do you know about Thailand? Their food, mostly. I know they have good food. They have, like, really pretty traditional dress. I assume Cambodia does as well, but Thailand's a wealthier country. Of course, we talked a lot about Thailand in the context of LGBT rights. Ladyboys? You shouldn't say ladyboys, okay? I know it's exciting for you. I know that it gets your todger twitching when you say it, but you shouldn't say that, okay? It's trans women. They have trans women in Thailand, okay? It's just a different term. It's like you have that with two-spirit people, and you have that with it's like the third gender in India being kind of like non-binary. You're fundamentally describing the same, like, social archetype, you know? Nothing gets carried perfectly in translation. I thought ladyboys were actually separate from trans. Legally, categorically, they are. But I think that most people agree that the Western concept of a trans woman and the Thai concept of a ladyboy refer to basically the same social archetype. The difference being that they're treated as a separate gender in Thailand, which I would consider to be, in my opinion, a kind of legal oppression. Like, imagine if you had trans women here in the West, and it's like, okay, you have the man gender, the cis woman gender, and the trans woman gender. And trans women aren't like cis women, they're a separate gender, but they still got, like, boobs and they high-pitched voices and stuff. I think most people would consider that ostracizing. Now, if you try to impose that dichotomy onto trans people or ladyboys or whatever in Thailand, they might disagree because they have a different culture. But I think that from the West, which all you motherfuckers are from, or at the very least, most of you are not Thai, you should probably engage with this in the context of your categorization, right? Because if you say ladyboy in the West, you're probably referring to a cross-dresser. Like, that term in the West refers overwhelmingly to a demographic of people that is not trans women, You know, you're losing more information in the translation. You know, binarity is dumb though. Yeah, well, tell a trans woman that. You know, after she gets he/him at the grocery store. I thought most of that stuff was from sex trafficking more than anything. I don't know how many of those people actually choose to be that way. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think the predominance of LGBT representation in Thailand is because of sex trafficking. There's probably like a relationship between their acceptance of trans people and the fact that it's considered a very like tourist sex-friendly country. But I think that's a largely colonial distinction to place in it. I imagine it's got to be pretty frustrating to be a scholar of like Thai LGBT rights, to have to like filter everything through this like not just Western lens, but also like, you know, like everything gets kind of supplanted by your relationship to the imperial core. You know, it's complicated. Why would it be oppression if they were regarded as a third gender unless it's forced, let alone fact, but trans women know they're trans? Yeah, but tall women are still women, even if they're tall. Trans is an adjective. To suggest that trans women are a separate gender means they're not women, because woman is a gender term. It's a term that refers to a gender. So if you say trans women are a separate gender, you're saying they're not women. It's like trans women are different from cis women in the same way tall and short women are different. It's an adjective, right? It's a descriptive difference, you know. But you're still reaffirming the underlying truth, right? The fact that they're the same gender, you know, which is I've been told important to many trans people. You know, I not to interject into their affairs, but what kind of woke ass conversation did I walk into? That's so fucking true. Let's move on. Just heard of the stuff in Thailand. My cousin is there currently. I believe she's okay right now, but still. Oh my God. Also, UK folks, please sign the petition to repeal the Online Safety Act. What, you hate online safety? Look, based on the very little that I've seen about the Thai-Cambodia conflict, it seems likely to me that it's going to remain a border dispute. I would be very surprised if it turned into like a real invasion in either direction. But yeah, no, obviously I hope, I mean, even if it's just a border dispute, you fire missiles, Stray, I really hope that your cousin is safe and stays safe.